One skill that you need to have as a guitar player is being able to name notes on the fretboard, especially if you want to play rhythm or lead guitar in a band or write your own songs. Even if you don't want to play guitar in a band, it's still very important. By being able to find notes on the fretboard, you can quickly change keys, find different versions of chords across the neck, and find the right notes to hit when playing a solo. Now, this isn't as bad as you might think. If you had a guitar with 22 frets and you wanted to memorize every note on the fretboard, that would be 132 notes to memorize. Crazy, right? I don't know about you, but my memory is not that good. The thing is, you do not have to memorize every single note on the fretboard. You only have to remember the names of the 6 strings and 7 notes. Once you know those 7 notes and the names of the strings, then I'll show you 4 different tricks to instantly find any note on the guitar. I'll show you 2 of those tricks in this lesson and 2 other tricks in a future lesson. First, you need to know the musical alphabet. There are 7 notes in the musical alphabet: A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. These 7 notes are repeated over and over again across the guitar neck in higher and lower pitches, which are called octaves. This is an A note here, and this is an A note here. One note sounds higher than the other, but both of these are the same note. They're 1 octave apart. Almost every one of the notes in the musical alphabet are a full step apart. That means they're 2 frets apart. There are only 2 places where notes are a half step apart, meaning that they're only 1 fret apart. The notes B and C and E and F are only half a step apart. All the other notes are 1 full step apart. I'll show you an example on the guitar right now. Let's start on the A string to keep things simple. The open A string is an A note. If we move up 1 full step or 2 frets, we have the B note. So we have A, B, and the next note is C. But remember that from B to C is only a half step or 1 fret. So the C note is right here. The next note is D, 1 full step up on the 5th fret. Then E, 1 full step up on the 7th fret. Next we have F. Remember, there's only 1 half step between E and F. So this F is 1 fret up on the 8th fret. The next note is G, 1 full step up on the 10th fret. And then the alphabet starts over again at the A note on the 12th fret. Let's do one more example on the big E string, and then I'll show you the first 2 tricks for finding notes on the fretboard. Remember, every note is 2 frets apart except for when you go from B to C or E to F. So the open big E string is an E note. The next letter would be F, which is only a half step up on the 1st fret. So we have E, F, and then G, 1 full step up on the 3rd fret. Next is A, 1 full step up on the 5th fret. The B note, 1 full step up on the 7th fret. And then C, remembering that from B to C is only a half step up. So the C note is on the 8th fret. After that, you'll find the D note 1 full step up on the 10th fret. And the musical alphabet then starts over again with E on the 12th fret. That's great. Now you know the 7 notes that repeat over and over again across the fretboard: A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Plus you know that all of these notes are 2 frets apart except for B to C and E to F, which are only 1 fret apart. Now you might be wondering, what about all the other frets that we skipped over when moving full steps up the neck? For example, on the big E string, we went E, F, and then G, skipping over the 2nd fret. The notes that are between these full steps are called sharp or flat. So this note on the 2nd fret can actually have 2 different names: F sharp or G flat. Both of these names are correct. You just take the note that comes before that fret and add the word sharp, or you take the note that comes after that fret and add the word flat. Another example would be on the A string. There's the open A string, and then B, but we skipped the 1st fret. Well, the note that comes before is A, which would make the note on the 1st fret A sharp. The note that comes after is B, which would mean you could also call the note on the first fret B flat. Since the B and C and E and F notes are only 1 fret apart, there are no sharps or flats between them. Okay, so now you know the 7 notes of the musical alphabet and how they repeat over and over across the fretboard. You know what octaves are. You know that almost all notes are a full step apart. You know the B and C notes and E and F notes are only a half step apart. And you know the sharp and flat notes. Now I'm going to share a couple of ways that you can quickly find notes on the fretboard. You know the open strings are E, A, D, G, B, and E. Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. Well, if you want to find those same notes somewhere else on the fretboard, all you have to do is go to the next octave. The next octave is always 12 notes higher on the same string. So this is an E, and this is an E. This is an E, and this is an E. This is an A, and this is an A, and so on. You can use this with any note on any string. Just move up 12 frets on that same string and you'll find the same note. For example, if we move to the 4th fret of the G string, we will find we have the G, A, B note. This is a B note. So I'm on the B note at the 4th fret of the G string, and I want to find another B note. To do that, all I have to do is move up 12 frets. I'm already on the 4th fret, so 4 plus 12 gets me to the 16th fret. I know I can find the same B note on the 16th fret of the G string. The second trick is knowing that the notes are exactly the same on the top string and bottom string. If I'm on the 5th fret of the big E string, I know I have the E, F, G, A note. This is the A note. So if this 5th fret of the big E string is an A note, I also know that the 5th fret of the small E string is an A note. It's the exact same note, but 2 octaves apart. The 8th fret of the big E string and small E string are both C notes. Now when you're first trying to find notes on the fretboard, it's going to feel really slow, and that's okay. But over time, you'll keep using these tricks and the other 2 tricks, which I'm going to show you in a future lesson. And then you'll be able to find notes instantly all over the fretboard. For now, you can find notes on the fretboard by remembering the names of the open strings, walking your way up the string using the musical alphabet, looking for an octave note 12 frets higher on the same string, and finding any note on the big E string on the same fret of the small E string. I hope this made sense for you. If not, try watching the lesson again 2 or 3 times.